I'm Shar. You're tuning in to Homeroom with Smooth. Class is now in session.
All right, y'all. Hi, this is Homeroom with Smooth. Much calmer today because this is episode 165, and this one is called "Why God, Why Now." Um, so it's kind of like a little bit of a follow up with like the health scare stuff. It's a little bit of a follow up with that, but then at the same time, it's more of a like religious discussion because I feel like I haven't really got into my my religious side of things, even though that's a really big part of my life. I've kind of just like avoided talk. Like I haven't really went in. Like if you catch like some episodes, sometimes I excuse me, I'll get in depth. Um, like on the previous episode, I had Lita Waterkai. Like towards the end there, like he asked me about religion because he thought me and him were gonna disagree more, and then I was talking to him kind of like about Christianity, and like my personal beliefs and my takeaways and how I feel, having being somebody that's read the Bible multiple times, somebody that's listened to it multiple times, the audiobook, someone that's been to church and all that, like looking at it on principle wise, I explain my perspective. But what I want to do here in this episode is one, tell you one, um, 2 Sundays a month at least 2 Sundays a month, you're gonna get a Sunday episode, and it's gonna be religious based. Okay, that's it's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. I've decided that's something I want to do because this is it's a big part of myself. And I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, I'm a perfect Christian, or I'm gonna like be going after people saying you should be doing this, doing that. No, that because that's not my belief, and I'll explain that a bit later. Um, because that's kind of why I kind of distanced myself from a couple things just because I didn't agree with how they were so judgmental of others and they themselves have issues. That's always been a core tenet of mine. I don't like judging people. I judge people when you do something like stupid. But I'm not going to judge you. This is unless you do something like something that I deem and that's like widely accepted as immoral. That's where I draw the line at immorality. I don't get too in the weeds of oh you lied, oh you cheated, or oh you did, or you like you gamble, or you drink, or you have sex. Everybody, everybody's having sex. Everybody is. You're not supposed to do that to marriage. So no one is above board because, again, my personal belief, and this is biblically speaking, Jesus said it himself. Uh, no sin is greater than the other. So like people that like to judge people that get abortions, but they lie. And I said this on the previous episode. Like everything's equal. Like you're just as bad. You're just as bad. Ain't that scary? That's scary. You're like, but they killed a whole baby. You like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they could go to heaven and you not. Like, realistically, like if you think about that logically, they could go to heaven and you not. You could end up in hell. That's kind of crazy. And that's another thing. Like pastors, they don't even talk about that. They don't even mention that. Like, people stray from Revelation. Nobody talks about Revelation. You know what I'm saying? If they do, they nitpick little things here and there. They don't really like sit there and go in depth and actually like teach it and actually like talk about it. There's a few pastors online that I see, and there's a couple that gave great commentary, um, and I deem it great commentary because although like the whole Bible itself, like yeah, I've read it 5 times and listened to Revelation and listened to it. I think like two or three more times, maybe four. I listened to Revelation over and over and over and over and over and over and over again because it was just something that when you think about it, like you have to really think about it. You have to really think about it. You have to really like think outside the box. think outside the box because it's all like it's not literal. It's not it's not literal. It's meant to be interpreted a certain way that certain things are gonna happen and it's symbolic. Everything is symbolic. And then I find it very interesting that, you know what I'm saying, like point I find interesting and then I'll move on. I'll move on from this. Um is the part where he doesn't say how much room there is for the Gentiles. He could say the outer court is for the Gentiles, and there'll be one person that makes it all the way up to 7 billion. You know, he knows exactly who's gonna make it and who's not. Like so, that outer court it might be small. You know, it might be small because he said he couldn't comment on the size either. He couldn't comment on the size of it. None of that. Like, imagine. You know what I'm saying? It's like a closet, bro. The outer court is like a closet, and it's just one person in there. Or I doubt it's gonna be like that small. I feel like there's gonna be like this huge area, and there's gonna be a lot of room, you know. And so I'm of two mindsets. I'm of two mindsets. Um, one mindset is that there's gonna be it's gonna be a huge room, but it's gonna show the potential that everyone had to make it, but they didn't. And the people that are there are going to be even more thankful because it's like, oh my God, all these people didn't make it. Or it's going to be like the exact size necessary. And the people there are going to look and go, man, they were never going to make it anyway. You know, it'd be one of those things. Like you go there, your name's already on the door. Like people like he knew they weren't going to make it. But yeah, I also want to say, I want to say, part of this episode is, I want to thank God for like, I'm getting better, healthy wise, health wise, um, mentally, um, spiritually and stuff. Like, I'm just really, really on like on a different wave right now, a different thought process. My energy's different. Um, I can't say I'm like really stressed out. Like, but I'm not gonna get into that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing. At the end of the day, it's just a thing that just exists in my life. The stressor. It's just a thing that exists in my life for now. Um, there's multiple solutions to that. I don't really want to talk about it right now. At least not in this capacity on this forum. I also want to say uh, that I was really because if you notice like on the channel, like I really just stopped putting out content for a while because I'm asked like I still do the short form content, but the long form content I'm being very specific. I'm trying to become a bit more qua- qualitative. Qua- no, I'll say substantive. I'll say substantive. I'm trying to have more substance there in the long form content, and I want to give it a bit more. I want to give my long form content a bit more polish. Now that I'm getting up there in subscribers, I if you're listening to this on podcast format, audio wise, if you go up to the YouTube channel, you'll see the slowdown that happened. And I was doing a whole lot, and I mean it was cool and it was good for practice purposes. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got most of the skills down. I have most of the skills down. Now it's beyond it's using said skills, it's executing on said plans and actions to make a better product, make a better channel. And I'm slowly but surely gonna do that. I'm gonna take my time with videos now. Even if I do a reaction video, I'm not going to do it live. I'm going to just hold on to it. The only thing that would continue to be like live a bit and just happen is the trending will happen live. There's no reason for it not to. Sometimes I'll still go live, depending on what it is, but by and large, I'm going to cut a lot of that out, because I wanna give substance. Um, I want to focus on quality, uh, going forward now. Um, yeah, because now I have a back catalog now, and now it's like, okay, now moving forward, I can just really just focus on quality, because now I can put out videos and I know there's content for people to go back and watch. There's stuff to go back and watch. That's how YouTubers really make their money. Like, you hear about all these YouTubers like, oh my God, make some back catalog. Back catalog is what does it all the time. The back catalog. And then just having, and I know there's plenty of quality videos back there. Um, yeah, and I'm just happy and pleased. I'm just ready to start moving in this next direction and next phase and season of my life. Um, I will say that conceptually, like what I plan on doing with this also, I'm gonna read be like reading maybe like excerpts from the Bible, and like kind of like ask questions to kind of like poke people's brains, and kind of like, you can just kind of like drop a comment, whether you drop a comment in a Discord, or you drop a comment on the YouTube section or whatever. You can drop the question and kind of just your ask what your, what I'm saying, ask your, or just state your opinion. You don't have to ask. You can just state your opinion on what the issue is, and I think that's going to be really really good. I think it's going to be really really good, really really great. We can have some great healthy debates. Um, you know, because I think I don't subscribe to the mindset that, what I'm saying, God came back. God came to earth, right, through Jesus, and ripped the veil, thus allowing us to have direct communication with God ourselves, for us to then subjugate ourselves to other people. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say like forsake the assembly of going to church. 'Cause no, going to church with other people, the assembly part, that is essential. That is good. However, what I don't want to see happen, is we lose sight of you lose sight of your own identity in Christ. You lose sight of your own thought process. Um, a lot of people don't think for themselves. They just regurgitate whatever their pastor said over the last couple Sundays. Like, you don't even go on Wednesday to Bible study. Like, I don't like I don't even hear about people going to Bible study no more. To the point where I'm like, yo, does Bible study even happen anymore, or church is just Sunday? Like, do people go to Bible study? Do pastors preach Bible study? I don't know. Also, I'm also gonna, try and reach out to some people, have some religious guests, have some great religious conversations. I think those would be pretty cool. Um, 'Cause it's not something far fetched, and it's an area that I have a good strong suit in. 'Cause I'm pretty well versed. I'm not gonna say like I'm the end all be all, or I'm an authority figure. I'm not. I'm not. And again, I want you to, like, go look up the information yourself. Even if I read it to you verbatim, go confirm that what I read was for real. Like, I want you to do that. I want you guys to ask yourself questions and dig deeper, dig deeper, dig deeper, and look. Sorry, I just had a moment. I left something. I gotta go get it. Um, but anyway, I want you guys to dig deeper. Okay, dig deeper, and ask yourself questions, and ask, God for insight, and pray on it, and, what I'm saying, like, try not try to eliminate your bias going into it. Try not to think about this in a human sense. Think about this in like some like overarching narrative sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the point in that happening? Like, what is the end goal? What is this pushing towards? I think that's how um you like grow to understand God. In that way because you know Pete what he told Peter, if you're gonna lie 3 times and tell people you don't know me, but that's an apostle. That's his guy. Uh, when you look at Judas who betrayed him, right? He sold him out. He sold out his boy for money, greed. Sold out his boy. Hmm. Hmm. Excuse me. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Um, he sold out his boy, right? For what though? You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of things like I kind of ask the question like, man, this is bad. Whatever this thing is that's happening is bad, right? But is there good that can come from it? Because sometimes like for your for things to go right in your life, you have to like might have to die. You know what I'm saying? Like that might be the chain of reaction. You know what I'm saying? The trigger effect, chain reaction to get you to point B, point from point A to point B. You know what I'm saying? But you wouldn't have been in that situation had that other person not lost someone or been in a situation because somebody else lost. If you don't know, right? You don't know. And what I'm saying? I have those types of questions. I have those types of questions. Um, and that's gonna be kind of some of the stuff I'm gonna go over and ask question wise. But yeah, either way it goes. Um, excuse me. Yeah, that's my time. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Um, just be on the lookout for that. That's something that's gonna happen. That's something that's gonna come. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.